Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Wingspan. This is another match from the Wandering Albatross Wrestle, the ongoing tournament in the Discord community for Wingspan. And there's another post-game commentary. There's another one similar to the last video. There's a game I had to record during midweek, sort of late at night, so around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And yeah, I didn't feel like I was ever going to do a coherent commentary, so if I just record it silently and then watch it back afterwards with you and give my thoughts now in the light of day. Hopefully things will be a bit more coherent and I'll be able to spot my mistakes. So anyway, we'll get underway. I'm going first in this one, and yeah, things are not great. I mean, yeah, not really what you want to see. I mean, the Willet, as it is a cheap wetland bird, is there, and not really good bonus cards either, to be honest. And no cheap forest bird to play either. There's a forest bird in the trade, but it's quite expensive. Maybe in hindsight, I should. I mean, I'm not going to pick up that Western Tanager. Maybe I should have tried to get it. I'm just looking here. Is there a way I can maybe try and keep one of these sort of big point birds? If I've got them in my starting hand, they're not going to come up from the deck any point soon. So I thought maybe if I can try and keep one. Maybe I should just keep the Willet and then food, and then try to get the Tanager down, and then maybe keep the Spotted Owl. That might be the only thing I should be keeping. I can't remember what the bird feeder looked like at this point. I clearly haven't checked, which is a big problem. I think I just saw that starting hand and I just crumbled immediately, which is terrible. I shouldn't be doing that. I should. There's a lot of rats in there, so I could have kept, instead of keeping the turkey, I could have kept a berry. I would have been able to get well, it'd take me a few turns to get the Tanager food, unless I just prioritize picking up Tanager, playing that, so I don't keep a fish. I keep a berry and a worm, grab the Tanager, grab one worm, then get food to play Spotted Owl and Willet. Maybe that's a way I should have done it. But yes, very, now looking back on it, very stupidly, I just saw my starting hand and then I panicked. I've had it before too, where, I tried to keep the food for the Tanager, and then I pick it up, but then suddenly the tray or the bird feeder changes, my opponent takes one of those worms, and then I'm suddenly stuck. But I could have done it where I could have had a berry and a worm, and a rodent in hand, so I would have only need one worm. So yeah, in retrospect, I think I should have just taken a couple of slow turns, pick up the Tanager, then pick up, and then play get food, play Tanager, and then get food to play the Owl and the Willet. But yeah, so immediately spotting something that maybe I should have done differently. Well, at least I've got a Spotted Owl. I might be able to get a decent bonus card. At least this way also I can get the Willet down quickly, and then I can try and dig for maybe a cheaper forest bird. That's kind of why maybe the Tanager, as much as I like it, maybe not something I want to go for just because of the high food cost, but maybe in retrospect I should have just gone for it anyway. But that's fine. We'll have to see if I can make it work. I picked up Behaviorist. I can't remember what the other bonus card was. Oh yeah, it was one for Nest type, and I didn't have any of that Nest type. So it's like, well, Behaviorist I've got a chance, especially since I've got this Spotted Owl. American Coot, that would have been much better for me to have, but never mind. It's just one of those things. Just laying eggs. See if I can just dig and just get a little bit of, it'd be so much better if this would be in, what's it called? One of the, I can't remember what it's called, the Ball Nest Warbler, that can be played in the wetland, or the Coot, or something like that. That'd be much better. The problem is now, even if I do pick up the Tanager, where am I going to get the food from to play it? So I need a cheap forest bird. And then Yellowhammer comes up, which kind of hits Behaviorist, I played the Moltoni's Warbler in the previous game, and that didn't really work out for me. And obviously then the Willet doesn't hit its power, because it hasn't got all its ability, because there are no dice outside the bird feeder, so immediately a few things going wrong. So here I'm grabbing the food to go and get the spotted owl down. And then I'll try to get the food to maybe play Yellowhammer. I've said it before, these teal powers kind of stressed me out a little bit, but I didn't see what option I had. But to be honest, now looking back on it, I should have just gone for the Tanager. But feel free to leave a comment below. What would you pick out of my starting hand? Should I have gone for the Tanager and taken a couple slow turns to pick that up and then get the food to play it? At least with then the extra food it would have given me, that would have then given me more ability to play things like the Yellowhammer later on if I picked it up, or Spotted Owl and these sort of things. I don't know what I'm doing here. The fact then I've got the food for the owl and then suddenly I'm changing my mind. I'm clearly very indecisive about all this. Which is not what you want to see. And then I get American Crow, which is maybe the solution to all my problems. But then said that, by now I could have had Tanager down already. I wouldn't have had as many cards, but I would have had a better food source in the forest. So then, would I need the American Crow? Well, I could play the American Crow anyway, so I'm getting food from forest and then from grasslands a little bit too. Yeah, I don't know why I picked up the food for the crow, not crow, the owl, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not going to play it now, which seems a bit stupid, but never mind. And then trying to work out, can I potentially get the Yellowhammer down in time? I don't think I can. This whole game too, I was kind of looking, I know I've been trying not to look at bonus cards so much, but it's like, well, Behaviorist can get quite a lot of points if I can make it work. I can get at least 3 or 6 points out of it, especially with sort of the cards I've been given. And then these are not really the things I want. There is a moorhen, so there's potential for Fishery Manager, so I just take that, because I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to play Dark Specialist Birds. Again, if I'd had Tanager from the very beginning, then that would have been better, because I would have already hit it. And I'd been getting more food from my forest, so then there'd be probably more potential for something like that. So yeah, a bit awkward, to say the least. I don't know why I didn't consider that Tanager at the very beginning. Maybe just because of the high food cost, but I just dig a lot with the Willet and just hope that I get something much cheaper, or I just commit and I just take 2 slow turns to pick up the Tanager and play it. Maybe 3 turns to get food, pick it up, pay food, and then play it, but at least I would have it then. So I'm trying to get a little bit of extra food here by discarding the duck, which is okay, I think. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I can't... If I play Yellowhammer, I can't get anything else down this turn, unfortunately. I can't remember what I do here. It's been a while. My opponent's just going for tucks. Which is obviously good for them. Getting eggs and seeing quite a few cards. When I've had situations like this where there's like a really expensive forest bird in the tray, it always crosses my mind, like, do I just pick that up? So at least I guaranteed a forest bird, or do I just keep digging, trying to find something? I mean, I've got this American Crow now, but I'd much rather have something like the Tanager. And, you know, especially with this spotted owl, I'd be able to gain 3 food a turn, which is amazing. Why am I getting food here? Surely my priority would just be getting American Crow down. I'm not quite sure what this is about. I mean, I think my logic here is that I can keep I can get the food for the American Crow and the Yellowhammer, but I could just play the American Crow and then laid eggs next turn to get the food for the Yellowhammer, so I don't really know why I took food an extra turn. But that leftover food I can use later. I was actually seeing there's a recent game that Wing posted where he had a really awkward starting hand and he managed to get I think 90 plus points, close to 100 points with it. I'm now looking, you know, I'm seeing the Chiff Chaff because that'd be really good for my opponent going full tuck, but they also would so black-headed gold. I can't stop both of them. Which really isn't ideal. So I think I've kind of said to myself at this point, right, whatever my opponent leaves, I take. But then, nope. Carolina Red comes along and puts pay to that. So yeah, my opponent's now got Black-Headed Gull and Chiff Chaff, which I am not happy about at all. Very unfortunate. Yeah, very unfortunate, but oh well. At least I got 3 points from Behaviorist, so at least I'm getting something here. Something's going my way. So I'm looking at this part. I don't know why I played the Yellowhammer first. That really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm having to lay eggs anyway, but surely it makes sense that I play the Crow to get food and then I lay Yellowhammer rather than having to play the Crow and then lay eggs again. Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense, I don't think. Now I'm going to have to lay eggs again, because if I'm using one egg to play the Crow, and then one egg potentially for the Willet, to try and get a little bit more, to get some more cards. Okay. Yeah, well. At least I'm seeing more card access this way, so I'm not going to complain too much. Willet doesn't hit, as expected. I think what I'm also trying to do here, it's very likely that if they activate Black-Headed Gull, I can discard the rat and get the fish from the feeder to play the turn. But then what about the American Crow? Where am I going to get the food for that from? Maybe I should have just ditched Yellowhammer. I think at this point I'm just like, well, things aren't really going my way, so I'm just getting Yellowhammer just so I can get, you know, that'll be 3 extra actions basically, and just hoping I can just sort of eke out some more points that way. Whether or not I'm going to have enough food and card access to be able to make use of it is a different matter. So there goes the fish. So I can play the turn at least. I'm also trying to think, should I play American Crow first? I could still play American Crow, lay eggs, get food. But no, I'm going for this first. I'm gonna have to pick up food anyway. In fact, I'm not putting down American Crow is kind of worrying to me. Maybe I should have played that, then laid eggs to get food, and then even if Black-Headed Gull nicked something, I'd be able to hopefully re-roll. And then I could pick up cards and then get food, and then hopefully I'll be able to play something at the end of the round. I'm just looking for something cheap. I can't remember what it's called. The woodpecker that gives you extra food, or maybe the fish crow, something like that. Because my food access is going to be until I can get a bird that can give me a lot of food. like that woodpecker, so I can get 3 food a turn from the forest. I'm just going to be struggling for food for quite a lot of the game. I hate that black-headed gull. It's such a... At the moment, it's been appearing in quite a lot of my games. It's just like the bane of my existence. I can't remember what games I've... You know, it has appeared in a lot of my games, but there's also been quite a lot of games I've played off camera. So it just seems to be appearing all the time. Then comes the robin. And I'm seeing this red star because I'm not getting a lot of eggs either. So is there then a fish, obviously? Is there then an opportunity of playing this red star? The thing is, where on earth am I going to get that 3 food from? I think it's just too expensive. I think I won't be able to play it this round, so I'm going to get at best 2 rounds out of it. I don't think it's worth it. So my priority should really be the American Crow. So I've got 2 actions left, so I can get food and then kind of do whatever I want. I can pick up cards again, or I can lay eggs, or pick up more food. Because I have to go and pick up food next turn, I probably will just dig for cards, but now I can't remember. I know it's only about 3 days ago that this recording was done, but I just can't remember. I've kind of pushed it out of my memory. I do remember though during the whole of this game kind of being kind of a loss at what I should be doing. It's just yeah. I mean, I should be getting this crow down sooner. I'm just digging again. I pick up this adversary. Well, the Beast Imperial Eagle's alright, so that's something. That is something. And then the Savi's. Oh, there's Savi's Warbler. That's right. Ah, where were you? Where were you at the beginning? That'd have been much better. So I've got the Eastern Imperial Eagle. It hits the third end around, so I can maybe try and hopefully do something with that, with the Forces turn as well. Am I going to be able to play the other set? Is it too expensive? I'm also trying to work out, well, what can I tuck? What should I be tucking under this eagle? I'm also trying to work out with the what's it called? Behaviorist. Like, is there a way I can try and get maybe like 6 or 9 points out of it, and that might be enough. Because clearly I'm not going to have a lot of food access this game, unfortunately, unless something else changes. But yeah, I should have definitely played the crow a bit sooner than I did. I mean, the good thing is at least I can play the crow with any food I want. I can play the Eastern Imperial Eagle with just 3 cards. As long as I've got 3 cards to tuck, that's fine. Cards in hand, I have to, yeah, it's time, but I have to go get food here, otherwise I just cannot play anything with the yellow hammer. And that's just gonna, if I can't get the crow down now, it's just gonna slow me down way too much. So it doesn't really matter what food you take. I mean, something I could have looked to do is get the robin down in the grasslands with the crow, and I could just cycle through all the cards that I didn't want. So I could have had a grassland with robin, crow, and then the eagle for points. I don't know if that's any good or not. I don't know what you think about that. At least I'll be able to cycle through things. Anyway, yeah, so I'm playing the crow. Finally. So you can get a little bit of food going. But it's clear this is not going to be a high food game. And that's another end of round loss because of a teal power. But this time I was like, well, I really need to play this. Really need to play that bird. so weird. It's like I'm having like an out-of-body experience here. I don't remember any of these moves. Hey, finally got cash. Well done, Willet. Yeah, you can go away. I mean, maybe I should have maybe considered that for the forest, just to get a cheap forest bird in there, but yeah, things are not going great for me here. Should I be looking to play the Robin in the forest, and then I just keep activated to get food, and then I'm tucking? But it's the fact, again, I've got this teal power, which is kind of making it. Otherwise, I would just stick things in grass and just run that forever, and almost ignore the yellow hammer. The fact that I've played it, I'm kind of like, well, I really feel like I should use it, which is maybe not the way to go. So, you know, at least I got 5 points for bonus cards. I was thinking at this point, well, it's fine. If I don't get any more, it's not a problem. Getting eggs. Yep, that's fine. What are you doing? Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that now, yep. I'm like, oh no, I'll play the eagle instead. No, can't, because I've got no food. It was late at night, folks. I think I've got an excuse. Should I be playing Black Turn here instead, so I can see even more cards? So I can try and get something better, but it just feels so late in the game. Like, even if I did find something really, like, how am I going to play it in time and really benefit from it? I now really regret not picking up that Tanager and just committing to 2 slow turns. Oh, 3 to get it down. At least then I would have it. I've got food. I can get I could play Spotted Owl there in the forest too. And I've been, you know, drawing from here rather than here. And then there goes the Chiff Chaff. No real surprise. We saw them pick up earlier. So at this point, I don't know what point I clicked, but obviously I saw that my opponent was going full tuck earlier. I just kind of realized at this point, right, they're just not going to do anything else apart from activate wetlands for the whole game. They might play a couple of big point birds here and there if they get enough food, but I just have to try and do something. I don't think there are any pink powers which would really be helping me here. I guess the Kingfisher one that gives free fish, but that's only when they play the wetland bird, not when they're activating it. Goldfinch would be nice if they're tucking. Snow bunting would be good, but I got the American Avocet, but they're not laying eggs very much. So yeah, it's not ideal. Yeah, I don't know why I'm waving my mouse. I guess I'm just, for me to remember later on when I'm doing this that I've caught on to what they're doing. But I mean, I've been full tucks before just by having a really nice sort of engine set up, but this is not giving me very much. Should I have played Robin in the forest, maybe? Or in the grassland, perhaps? I mean, I still can, I guess. I can just I don't know, I can't remember what they stole from me. I think they took a worm. Should I be playing the Robin here? Maybe. Try and get something better, but then I need to get food for the Yellow Hammer. For the Yellow Hammer play. I guess if I'm activating, I only have 1 turn activating the grasslands. Oh really? Do I play this in the forest? Oh, this is like a very this is fast. I don't even remember doing that. Okay. I guess try and get a little bit of food going. This is the cheapest forest bird I've got. I know there's the hawk in the tray, but how long will I have to wait to get the rodent? So yeah, I've got the berry. I can just play the robin now. It's fine. And then even that's not giving me cards. Yeah, I've had something like a gnatcatcher or sapsucker or the woodpecker that gives extra food, like or red star or something. Red star would have been great rather than the Tanner Jugs. It is cheaper, so we have to pick it up and then play it immediately. And I really like that. But nah, not to be. So I'm just thinking here that I get food and then lay eggs. I don't know what I'm going to play now. I guess I have 2 eggs. I can kind of play whatever I want. I could play the turkey and the grassland, or I could play the avocet if I get enough food. That's the other thing, like, am I going to get the right food? 2 seeds, or 2 worms, or grub, or whatever you call it. Berry. I'm kind of hoping that the bird feeder does me a favor here and gives me the things I need. And then there's the fish grower. And, well, berry and seed for the American crow is the best I could probably do here. Huh? What? What are you doing? Oh, I guess I want to re-roll next turn, I suppose. But that doesn't make sense at all. I could take the berry for the turkey, and I could have laid eggs to get seed. I could have played the turkey. I don't really know what that was all about, folks. I don't really know what that was. Oh yeah, and they've got this. So they're getting food and eggs from their wetland. Ah, I know, I now remember. I'm trying to work out here, can I win the end of round by discarding a food? The thing is, I'm going to have to discard an egg to pick up food with the American crow, and then I'm going to have to discard another egg to play a bird. Both of which aren't ideal. I think that would just mean I'm tied on 2. Yeah, my opponent's got no other. Is it stick nest? I can't remember what it's called. Platform nest, I think it's called. So I think in the end I do go for it. I can't remember what food I pick up, though. Probably a rodent for this hawk. I'm a bit indecisive here, trying to calculate it. I think either way. Well, yeah, I have to. I'll end up with 2 birds, so I'll tie the end of round. But at least I can get a bird down. Again, it's not a great bird to be playing, unfortunately. However, there is some potential here. If I can get the avocet down, then at least, you know, that hits behaviorist. I don't really know what hours at this point I've got going for me. Yeah, so eventually I think I commit to it now. I'll be interested to see what you'll think based upon the starting hand that I had. Is the yellow hammer being a hindrance or a help here? I mean, and then there's the goldfinch. Where have you been all game? Need you at the beginning when my opponent's going full tuck. Oh well. Never mind. Yeah, has the Yellowhammer been a help or a hindrance? I think it's the only thing I really had going for me though. Just give me those extra actions, but yeah, just my lack of food access really hurt. I just hoped, it's like, well, if I dig a couple turns, surely I'll find something cheap. Even something like a Carolina, what's it called, Carolina Chickadee or something like that, or Nuthatch. But no. So maybe I just committed to the one that I saw in the tray. That would have been just much better. Never mind. And then it wouldn't have mattered if my opponent kept nicking things from the goal, because I would have had more food anyway. And then I could have still got the American Crow and played it, so then I would be able to get whatever food I desperately needed if the bird feeder wasn't cooperating. So yeah, I think I should have just gone for it. Since I didn't see any, brown ability or brown power forest birds in my starting hand, I should have just picked up the Tanager while I was there. I do remember getting very frustrated. I was saying this in one of the other games. I just feel sometimes really at the mercy of the cards. It can be quite infuriating when you just don't get a break. That being said, but probably all of you are sitting at home going, no, it's really obvious. You should be doing this, and you'll get 120 points. When I was watching that Winging It video recently, and then there goes my thingy. Oh, and that's right. I wanted to. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah. I needed a rat, and then of course it did not give me the rat. If I'd kept the fish, I would have been able to play the hawk, but then I would have lost the end of round. Yeah. So I win the end of round, but I didn't get a bird down. Make of that what you will. Yeah, when I was watching that Wing It video where he got, I can't remember if it was just under 100 points or around 100, something around that figure. Having a very suboptimal starting hand. I was like, this is an art form. This is so amazing. I'm going to try and replicate that. And then it just all falls to pieces. To be fair, I played this game before, so... I said one of the other videos, I'm still on that learning curve. It's not the first learning curve I had to overcome with games, so I'm determined to do it. But yeah, it can be a bit frustrating. So now I'm kind of despondent at this point. So I've lost I've missed a Yellowhammer activation. Can't play the hawk this round either because I didn't get the food for it. I've now got these two really big, relatively big point birds that I just don't know where I'm going to get the food from to play. Yeah, just yeah, not a very nice situation all round. So I mean, I don't even know what I should be doing at this point. Do I just go and get food with the robin? Can I get enough food to play both of these? If the bird feeder but I need to pick up to activate Yellowhammer. I need to go to the wetland at some point. That's the only problem with that. Especially in the final round, it's so hard with only 5 actions, especially when I haven't got a very good engine going. Yellowhammer definitely feels like a hindrance. Or do I just not bother? And then nix that. Again. I mean, well played playing the Carolina Wren when my opponent did to nick those two things at the beginning of the round, but would have been so much better if I'd had either the goal or the Chiff Chaff. At least, maybe I might not have used it, but then at least then my opponent doesn't, and then I don't have to deal with this. The double whammy. I'm trying to get things into bonus for the end of round. I think I've committed to play this. If I remember correctly, I'm just going to play the hawk because it's nice and cheap, and then I can try and get the adversary down, and at least I get something for behaviorist, and that's my one sort of saving grace. I really hate ditching the turkey, but I think it's going to have to be. And of course then my opponent plays golf, just to add insult to injury. Not that I'm going to be tucking much. It'll only be the Robin, but never really one. See, at least I've got boldness. But then now the goldfinch exists. That makes things a bit more difficult. So yeah, my opponent's got more boldness. I think we're no, I think all we're tied because I got the star nest. No. I think my opponent has more. I'm looking at the score. I mean, 59 at this. It's okay, but it's not. It's nothing to shout home about. And then, like, realistically, how many more points am I going to get? 5 from the other set, plus a behaviorist, so that's only 8 more points. I'm going to have to pick up. I'm going to have to spend one. I'm going to have to spend. I can't lay eggs anymore. I can't get eggs anymore. I'm also looking. Can I get Avocet down? So I've got 3 actions left. Why am I getting cards? I guess I'm trying to find something that's cheaper. Oh, of course, no cash. No, yeah, no cash. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah. I want to be able to have an extra card, because I need it for the Yellow Hammer activation anyway. But it means either here, I can discard a card to get food, and I've got a card to tuck with the Robin. Not that I really should be tucking anyway, because my opponent's got Goldfinch. So I probably could have just discarded the turkey to get more food anyway, but I'd have to get cards at some point. I did it just in case there was something out. I don't know how many teal wetland birds there are. I know you got. You got the 2. I'm going to say golden eyes. I think that's right. The 2 golden eyes. I mean, the good thing here is I can play Avocet with my Yellow Hammer action. I forgot about that. So I can get more eggs on my final turn and get a food if I really need it. So I can potentially discard an egg to get more, discard a food to get more eggs. But the fact my opponent isn't constantly nicking stuff is just very, very irritating. So I get a seed because I know I'm gonna get food here, so I'll be able to pick up 3 food, so I can get the Avocet down. So at least I've got that going. I've got 3 columns built out. Yeah, just discard it. Just to get a little bit of extra food in case there's a worm. Nope, but of course there isn't. That'd be too much to ask for. Nope, and no cash. I know I shouldn't be tucking it because it's a point for me and a point for my opponent, but just out of spite I do it, I think. Yeah, then I get something like the Junko, which would have been kind of nice a little bit earlier on. Never mind. So yeah, no OP birds this game, no Fangler's Gold, no Ravens, no Killdeer. But yeah, just all very, very awkward. At least, I mean, there's a couple of things I missed, obviously, at the beginning, as I've talked about the Tanager to death. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I could have denied at least the Chiff Chaff all the goal, it wouldn't have been as bad. If I denied the goal, I would have kept food, which I wouldn't have lost. Got the Chiff Chaff, and then he's placed Benelli just for to add insult to injury. Plays the Benelli's Eagle. But obviously, my opponent's not going for end of round, so one saving grace, I can get this end of round. Now, what if I do the maths here and I realize I can ditch a seed to get a worm? No, never mind. Well, it doesn't matter, I would have had to ditch it'd be all the same, I think, anyway. So at least I win that end of round. And I got 6 points for behaviour, so I mean... small victories, right? Won 3 of the 4 in the rounds, but my opponent was just talking so much. So getting to the final scores, I was very despondent at this point. Ahead at the moment, so I got something going for me. But then obviously here come the tucks, and I think all of you know what's going to happen here. Yeah, there he goes. So I got absolutely rinsed. Yeah, and I was just very, despondent, somewhat pissed off. I had nothing. I don't know to counter this. I mean, yeah, again, lack of food was definitely my concern. I definitely could have got Crow down sooner. Was the Yellow Hammer sort of detriment? But then again, I was able to get things. I missed the Hawk, which was really unfortunate. Birdfeeder just wasn't very cooperative with me. I think the Yellow Hammer was okay. I just didn't. I just felt like I didn't really get the birds that I needed, which is kind of a lame excuse, to be honest. Workman shouldn't blame his tools and all that, but I think I was a little bit at the mercy of the cards. And this is just, yeah, gnarly. Not a nice combo at all to deal with, and they just would have seen so many more cards than me. Yeah, and then just the fact that you could just constantly discard the blackbird egg to get fish crow food, and then there's obviously at the end, and then just get it straight back again with the blackbird. It's all really good stuff. It's very impressive. When I try and go full tuck, I just panic and I just can't make it work. Bird counter, which is kind of funny. So I mean, I don't know. I think, yeah, I mean, there's definitely mistakes. I'm not saying there isn't, but again, I feel like I was a little bit hamstrung by the cards I got. But obviously, my opponent played well, so there's no problem with me losing to my opponent at all. They played exactly how they had to. It didn't make it feel better for me in the chat. They were just like, "Oh yeah, I was lucky." I was like, "Oh god, yeah, thanks for making me feel better." After the game, but yeah, just a bit of a shame. I kept that turkey, and I never did play it in the end. I just never got enough food. So I don't know. Should I? I mean, was playing Robin here correct? I mean, should I have just sacked off the Yellow Hammer after a while and just played the Robin here and then just run this all the time? I haven't done the mouse. Would I just get more points out of it that way? I just constantly lay eggs, tuck, get food. Maybe yeah, but I would never go into forest or wetland, right? So I would never be able to activate the Yellow Hammer. So maybe if Yellow Hammer serves its purpose, then you just keep running this, and then wait until I get like a Benelli or Eastern Imperial or something, and then go digging for cards in wetlands. I don't know. Feel free to leave your comments below. So yeah, another defeat. Unfortunately, it's becoming quite a common theme now. But yeah, I think then once I'm kind of happy I didn't do a live commentary on it, and I was able just to go away from it and disconnect for a bit, and then yeah, it's probably a day or two later I saw Wing's video, and again that kind of like I always find that when I watch YouTubers playing and I see the sort of scores they can get out of very, very little, I do admire it a lot. It is very much like an art form. It's like, oh wow, like that's just, it's so impressive to me how you can just get so much value out of seemingly not a very good starting situation. So I'm definitely, I've kind of got this really awkward thing at the moment where I'm getting, you've seen all the game. I mean, this is the first game I've had in the tournament which has been below 80. I can quickly go to my spreadsheet and I can look at stuff. So yeah, what points have I got? I got 89, 96, 81, 90. This is 78. There's one more game to come, which you'll see in a couple of days, which I recorded live. But in normally the games I play off camera as well, I'm always getting, I mean this is a kind of a weird exception, but it's quite rare for me now to get below 80. I'm kind of in that range between sort of 80 and 90 consistently, 90 to 95 infrequently, I would say, probably rarely. But the problem is I'm finding then for most games 90 points isn't really enough to win, so my win rate's just not very good, unfortunately. And I do then get a couple of wins against some high level high elo players, and then my elo bounces back up again. So it's kind of staying static around 1,000. It just kind of fluctuates, but a little bit below, a little bit above. But then when I get really good cards, like the Franklin's Goal that I did last game, I'm not able to capitalize and get 100 points with it. And then same then when so at the top end, when I get really strong cards, I almost become like, rabbit in headlights, where I get so many good cards. I'm like, what should I be playing? And then I don't really play them well. And then conversely, when I end up with a really bad starting hand, or not really bad, but far from optimal starting hand, then trying to get points out of it, I find really difficult. If I get like this sort of like medium like starting hand, where it's like, okay, there's a clearly one decent bird, I'll run with that. I find the more and more choices I get given, the harder it gets. If there's one clear choice, I'm like, yep, that's the one I'm going for. I just commit and go for that. So yeah, I've got to work at sort of both ends of the game. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not coherent anymore. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening to me ranting or trying to discuss this somewhat. Yeah, well played to Mortal Wings. My opponent here did exactly what they had to do to win. So that's totally fine. It's very annoying to lose a full tug. I was like, I can't do anything about it. And they can just run the same the same habitat pretty much the whole game. But that's one way to win. Yeah, if you've got any thoughts below about what I should have done differently, then feel free to let me know. Any constructive feedback, always welcome. And yeah, thank you again. I said it in one of my other videos, but thank you again to all the community in the, especially in the first 3 tournament games I've posted. I posted some games before that I was just playing friendlies from the tournament server, but especially the first 3 proper tournament games I played, and the first, the first 3 I've seen. There's been a lot of comments, a lot of feedback, and just all really nice stuff. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. And seeing the time now, I'm going to stop this. But thank you very much for watching. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you. Well, there'll be another video coming out, which I've already recorded and uploaded onto the channel and premiered in, I think it's on Wednesday. That's my last match of this sort of second round of the first stage, or however they're classifying it, before everything gets reshuffled for a 3rd time. So you'll be able to check that out and see how it goes. As a live commentary, that one. And yeah, thank you for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Take care. Bye bye.